is going to go on this top one. On line 2 is going to be your address. And as long as your name is at the top of it, then lines 2, 3, and 4 don't really matter. But this is just for training purposes. So we're going to put date of birth on this one, DOB, and on line 4 is going to be SSN. Now, bit of a caveat here. On the space for social security number, you need to make sure you are literally entering in your full and complete social security number. Do not only put the last 4, okay? In addition, you are also going to need to send out copies of your actual identification, all right? So ID, SSN, proof of address, okay? So now on this line right here, this is going to be the date. And on this one is going to be the recipient, right? So if we're writing Experian, it's going to be Experian on line 1 and their address on line 2. So P.O. Box 4500 in Allen, Texas, and this is 75013. Okay. So everything that is in italics is very simply a note to you. So our very first part of the letter is going to be our intention. Why are you sending this letter? Now, I did add this in while I was writing this. So for record keeping, this is my first letter to you. I'm requesting an independent investigation into the following, and you could put inquiries, accounts, personal information. On this one, it's going to be accounts, okay? So because they are reported wrong, inaccurately, whatever word you want to put here. For me, it's always going to be, and that was an accident there, inaccurately, and need to be removed, updated. For me, it's going to be removed. So now when we go back and we read our paragraph, it says, for record keeping, this is my first letter to you. I'm requesting an independent investigation into the following accounts because they are reported inaccurately and need to be removed. Now, a note here on independent investigation. If you just say investigation, then you are basically saying it's okay if you just come back and tell me that the letter, everything on my letter has been verified, right? However, when we're using independent investigation, we're saying I'm not going to allow you or accept for you to just tell me that it's been verified without reaching out to anybody. What I need for you to do is, as it says in Cushman versus TransUnion from 1997, where Congress stated that the bureaus are required, it is imperative that they go beyond the original source of investigation or information or data to ensure the accuracy of the accounts, right? So what this means is a regular investigation is just your letter with your disputes to the bureaus. So this is going to be to the bureaus, and it comes back and it's verified, and they send those results to you, right? And this is just all via electronic investigations and all that kind of stuff using eOscar, right? So it's been verified and it comes back to you. Now with the independent investigation, you have your letter to the bureaus, now to whoever it is, so to the creditor or to the collector or to the court, or with their own documentation, and then the outcome, and then to you, okay? So we need to add in a couple of steps so that they can't just come back and say, oh, wait, it's been verified, okay? So that is the purpose of saying independent investigation. All right, so now next line, my credit report was pulled from, mine's always going to say identity IQ, and I see multiple entries that are wrong and hurtful to my credit score. Now, you need to let them know the outcome and the purpose. What do you want them to do? Now, just so you know, this is just to inspire some, something inside of you to write an effective dispute letter. You are not copying what I'm doing. This is just so that you are able to see the full picture of how to write an effective dispute letter that is going to get results to the credit bureaus to remove negative information from your credit report. Okay. So having said that, we need to let them know my goal is to, now a bit of a note here. Your goal is going to be something financially, right? My goal is to get a home mortgage 1 year from now. You could also completely and totally write something different, like my goal is to, now if you wrote my goal is to get a home a year from now, you would not use the so that I can part right here. But if we said my goal is to remove this negative information, right, so that I can get a home loan, then that makes more sense, okay? Please investigate each of these accounts and ensure accuracy of my entire credit report. I would appreciate a new report be sent to me detailing the outcome of your investigation and any deletions or updates per my request below. So let's scroll to the bottom. Okay, so I've added this part in very simply because your letter needs to stick out. You have to realize they get 1.5 million disputes per bureau per month right now. Normally it's 150 to 180,000. So that's a huge difference. You do not want your letter read just like any other template that they're getting. No, your letter needs to be exactly what it is, a consumer authentic factual dispute, right? So let them know that each of these accounts list facts, and the facts are taken directly from my credit report. If you disagree with my findings, please send me documentation to support your claim of accuracy. This is where you're going to put your account. So this would be like American Express, and this is the account number 349992, and this is where you put your Agero dispute reason. And I am going to put a link in the description to all the Agero dispute reason training. And Agero is very simply the formula and the structure to write the most effective dispute reason. Okay, so this is where you're going to put the actual reason, all the facts, the dates, the balances, so on and so forth. Okay, thank you for taking the time to read my letter and investigate. And then now again, you are putting your name. So if you noticed, I did not use there's no laws in here, there's no threats in here. It's very simply the why